Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to the channel. Unlike any other channel that showcases Pokemon Go PvP content, my channel exclusively showcases shadow Pokemon. So if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate it if you could like and subscribe.
So let's get into today's video. The Season of Spice continues. We have spent a whopping 650k on Kanto Shadow Grimer, and as you can see by the CP, it's not even maxed out. Mine is a rank 5 at best buddy, and I think it needs about 4 or 5 power-ups, maybe 3, I don't know. But either way, it is under-leveled. It will max out at level 51 at 1498, but I don't have the XL candies. I've converted as much candy as possible, and this is where the CP lands. You will also notice my Sableye, that is the rank 1, also is now under-leveled. I haven't got the XLs to max out without best buddy in it. I have chose to opt for Grimer as the best buddy in this video, as there's even lower CP. But the team we are going to be running is going to be the Shadow Walrus in the lead, with Grimer in the back, and obviously the Sableye as the safe switch. These three have pretty good synergy. Obviously, Sableye's only weak to Charm, which Grimer covers. It's weak to Ground, which Walrus covers, so the three should have good synergy. Did I use PV Poke to build this team? Did I fuck? We're in the Season of Spice, so I threw 3 Pokemon together, and as always, we are hoping for the best. I've got zero idea whatsoever on how bulky Grimer is, but there's one way to find out. And in game 1, we pick up a Dream Lead. I build up to the Icicle Sphere and bring in Grimer. You can see these poison jabs are absolutely wrecking this Azumarill, as I've got no idea on the bulk whatsoever, and it is under-leveled and a Shadow. I shield up, which is a play rough. I was hoping it was an Ice Beams. It feels pretty bad to shield a resisted move. The opponent does throw again on 6, so I know this is a play rough. You can see even resist, that does big damage, but I'm looking to commit to the farm down, and Grimer gets the job done. You love to see it. Back out comes the Altaria. Altaria is super bulky. Look how much this Sludge Bomb does. You absolutely love to see it. I thought I'd make one more. We unfortunately get farm down, and in the back is a Swampert. This game is going to be absolutely over. Walrus Swampert is a pretty good matchup. I'm going to throw the second Icicle Sphere just to try and get the last shield, and I'm looking to catch a Sludge Wave on our Ghost type. Do we catch the Sludge Wave? Let's see. They're at the Sludge Wave now, but the opponent decides to bait us, but Sableye tanks it like a champ, and we commit to the farm down. Back up comes the Altaria, and Sableye, with this foul play, is going to take game 1. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next one, we pick up the Walrus Mirror. It is Shadow versus Regular. Who will come out on top? We both build up towards the Earthquake. I look to try and sneak the extra move, and we do not do it. The opponent goes for a bait. Good luck with that, buddy. I weren't going to shield shit. We go straight for the Earthquake. That lands. It does big damage. I'm now looking to just get some chip damage with this Icicle Sphere. It will not KO, but it will put them super low. And now look to make a catch onto the Grimer. They're at the Earthquake, and for some reason, they bait once again, and the Poison Jab registers and takes them out. They come in now with Mandibuzz. This is where you're going to see if Grimer is any good or not. Mandibuzz is an absolute bulk monster. It's really defense weighted, and that foul play did huge damage, but in return, these Poison Jabs are really shredding, and Sludge Bomb does massive damage. We've got the Mandibuzz down to the red health already in the 0 shield, so Grimer really putting a hurt on one of the top meta picks. We come in now with the Walrus. We commit to the farm down. What is in the back? In the back is a Nidoqueen. Oh dear, Mr. Opponent. First Icicle Sphere gets the shield. If they shield this second Icicle Sphere, I'm going to make a switch straight away into Sableye, and that is going to be a good game. The opponent stops attacking and leave the match. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next, we go a dreadful lead against Sirfetch'd. We dip straight away into our safe switch of Sableye. The opponent meets us with Nidoqueen. That really is not a great switch from the opponent. I truly understand that you do want to avoid the Walrus Nidoqueen matchup. However, Nidoqueen really doesn't have a good matchup here either. They've already committed 1 shield. Once again, this is just a Poison Fang, so I am going to let this go, and we will make one more foul play. So the opponent will manage to flip switch. However, they have committed 2 shields, and that is going to be a big problem. So we do get farmed down. We're going to come in with Walrus now, pretty much use it as a damage sponge. It doesn't have a very good matchup against Sirfetch'd. Once again, this is just a Poison Fang, which we tank. We're going to take him out immediately with this Icicle Sphere, and Grimer up 2 shields. I truly hope we'll clutch out this game. I'm instantly swapping into Grimer. The opponent is going to throw a move. I'm going to shield absolutely everything at this stage. It's just a Night Slash. The opponent gets the boost, I'm going straight Sludge Bomb. I've got no idea if Mud Bomb would KO as it's non-stab, but Sludge Bomb takes him out. And in the back is a Dedenne. I believe it's a Dedenne anyway. Some sort of fairy. Yeah, it is a Dedenne, and this little fucker is about to get fucked up. The opponent realises that, and they leave the match. So GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next one, we pick up the Stunfisk in the lead. This is kind of neutral. Obviously, Earthquake would near one shot. We can tank one Rock Slide, but the safest play here is just to spam out Icicle Spheres. It only takes us 5 and then 4 to Powder Snow. So we do actually outpace the Stunfisk. 2 Icicle Spheres will get him super low. I'm just going to let the Walrus go now. We're going to come in and farm down with Sableye. So what should be a poor matchup, the Shadow Walrus does do pretty good. They switch out into a Meganium. So they're at 9 now. I am going to shield up a potential Earthquake. This Madman decides to bait us, which does upset me. I don't even want to hit with another Frenzy Plant, so I'm going to go for this Mud Bomb to take him out, which we do here. Let's see what they come back in with. They come back in after waiting the switch timer out with the Stunfisk. I probably could have attempted to farm down, but I'm going to throw this Mud Bomb and hope that 2-1 Pokemon is going to be enough to take this game. Unfortunately for us, it's a Venusaur in the back, so I'm going to go straight for this Mud Bomb. We resist all moves from Venusaur. I'm really hoping that we survive, and you're about to find out we absolutely do not. Grimer, you have 0 bulk, so unfortunately for us, we are only going to have to try and commit to the farm down. But the opponent is at the back-to-back, so will my Shadow Sableye survive a Frenzy Plant? You're about to see it absolutely is not, and we get wrecked in this game, so GG's to the opponent. Looking back on that one, if we would have save switched into our Sableye, we probably would have won that game, but you can't win them all. Moving on to the next one, we see a Shadow Nidoqueen in the lead, and this opponent is actually staying in. They fire the Poison Fang, and in return, we are immediately going to fight off this Icicle Sphere. We are going to outpace him to the second one, but I'm actually going to make a dip now into my Sableye, and we've drawn out a Mandibuzz. Sableye Mandibuzz is not the worst matchup when you're running Power Gem. As you can see, it lands, it does huge damage as we're hitting 4 super effective, and despite the dark typing, we're only taking neutral. So we tank the Shadow Ball like a champ, and we make this second Power Gem. The opponent is actually going to be forced to shield, which they do. They've now got no shields, and it's a CMP tie. Best case scenario, so you can see Sableye is a Mandibuzz counter confirmed. We now commit to the Powder Snow down. Unfortunately, we don't manage to get there, but we are up shield, so I'm going to shield this move up, and we are loaded full of energy. What does the opponent come back in with? In the back, they have got a... what is it? Oh, it's a Scrafty. So we land the Icicle Sphere. We come in with Grimer. The opponent makes a switch now into Nidoqueen, and this is going to be a very easy victory. We're going to tank the Poison Fang. We're going to overfarm just before they get to the next one. Mud Bomb is going to take out the Nidoqueen. See you fucking later. And Scrafty, have a Sludge Bomb and get wrecked. So that's a GG's, and thanks for playing. Despite resisting counter, Grimer doesn't really look like it resists anything because it's so glassy. We pick up a lead now against Gliscor, an absolute channel favourite. However, I'm not really sure it's particularly good in this meta. The opponent throws a Night Slash and switch into Trevenant. This is a bit of a puzzle in place because we are going to get to 2 Icicle Spheres. So we're going to land both of these, which should draw both shields, and we're going to switch into Sableye. Despite them making a really strange play, you're going to see me play like an absolute fucking noob. We shield up the Seed Bomb. They're now 5 away from the next. That's 1, 2, 3. Or at least I thought. So they obviously snuck one. I thought I would get there 1 turn before. I actually do not. So we CMP tie, which is absolutely dreadful. Hit 0 bubbles, but we take them out. So a bit of a shit play on my part. And in the back is a Bastiodon. Can we pull this one off? We haven't really got great matchups against Bastiodon with our remaining Pokemon. We chip it with a foul play. And now we are going to come in with our Grimer as we're only taking neutral from the Smackdowns. But you can see they do really chunk. We're going to shield whatever they throw. It is the Stone Edge. The opponent now switches into Gliscor. We are going to look to commit to the Powder Snow down and hopefully leave with an Earthquake. Can we do it? We actually simultaneously KO. So it's now going to be all down to Grimer. Mud Bomb does hit for double super effective. And despite us having non-stab, we are going to be able to outpace him to the second one. And Grimer is going to take out the Wallface. This is something that makes me very, very happy, as I absolutely fucking hate Wallface. Moving on into the next one, we pick up a lead against Nidoqueen. They now switch out into Umbreon. I haven't got a great response for Umbreon, so I'm going to chip it with an Icicle Sphere. and switch into my Grimer. Icicle Sphere doesn't do too much as Umbreon has 6 million HP. We now switch out into Grimer. I'm hoping Foul Play doesn't do too much, but holy fucking shit, that did an awful lot. We're already into the yellow. I'm going to CMP tie him onto the next move. I'm hoping that Sludge Bomb KOs. Sludge Bomb does actually take him out, which is a surprise. Grimer is putting in loads of work. It's got a super high attack stat, or at least I think it has. It's pretty glassy and it's doing a lot of damage. I've got no idea, to be honest, so just ignore me. But either way, we land the Mud Bomb on the Nidoqueen. Gets them down to half health, so Grimer is going on an absolute rampage. We now switch into our Walrus once again, as I don't want to get farmed down. And in the back is an Obstagoon. We are going to draw a shield here with the Icicle Sphere. However, we've only got Sableye left against an Can we pull this one off? So we are going to enter the field with Sableye, which obviously has an absolutely dreadful matchup here. Even more dreadful as we are running Power Gem. But we are going to tank the first one in case they get the boost. They're already at the second, so I am going to shield this one up. And now I believe the win con for myself is a catch. So we are counting counters. I'm going to throw this Foul Play. This will definitely draw the shield despite it being resisted. And 1 and 2, and there's the catch. You love to see it. Grimer, you are MVP, taking that hit like a champ. We come back in, I overfarm, just a touch. We fire off this Foul Play. This will take out the Obstagoon, and because we've overfarmed, we are going to outpace this Nidoqueen to the move. Well, we actually aren't, but we've got a shield, so I'm going to shield this move up. They're not going to get to the back-to-back, is what I should have said, and this Foul Play is going to be more than enough to take this game. So GG's and thanks for playing. Moving straight on to the next one, we pick up Deoxys, and now looking at my team building, this Deoxys is a huge problem for me as Grimer really wouldn't want to take a Psycho Boost, and these counters are hitting for super effective. However, the opponent lets us get to back-to-back Icicle Spheres. We got this thing super low, so I'm just going to let the Walrus go. So in a losing matchup against one of the most meta picks, we've got it really low. The opponent switches out into Walrus. Holy crap, we are looking in a rough spot. I'm going to tank the first Icicle Sphere. I'm going to fire off this Foul Play. I imagine the opponent will definitely shield. We're at the Power Gem, but there's no point throwing it. We draw the first shield. We actually get to the second Foul Play. This should also draw a shield. I believe the opponent did lag a turn. We actually CMP tie. So we're going to take our 2 shields and hope that my boy Shadow Grimer can clean up this match. I am going to have to shield pretty much everything. We don't want to take any moves. We shield the Icicle Sphere. I overfarm just before they get to the next one. I believe they're 1 Powder Snow short. I'm unsure on who wins CMP, so safer to throw 1 turn before they get there. Back up comes the Deoxys. We are going to have to shield up this Power Gem, and if the opponent lets me, we are going to farm down. The opponent actually switches out into Registeel, so we have got Mud Bomb. We need Mud Bomb to do 50%, and it really doesn't. So I'm going to fire the second one off, and to save everyone's time, you're about to see me top left. Unfortunately, we can't pull this one off, so I quit the game. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle, we pick up a much better lead against Mandibuzz. They switch out into Jellicent. So in this matchup, I've built up a load of energy, so I've got an Icicle Sphere banked. We tank the Shadow Ball. The opponent isn't baiting. However, we are going to take shield advantage because this Foul Play will definitely draw a shield. Even if they want to Bubble Beam me next time, we are going to make the second move, so I can shield this move up, which is just a Bubble Beam. We're going to get to the second Foul Play, which once again, the opponent is going to have to shield, which they do. And as you remember, I did bank that Icicle Sphere, so I'm going to come back in with Walrus. Fire the Icicle Sphere. This is going to be enough to take out the Jellicent, and I've actually saved the shield for my Grimer. This is a Grimer showcase, so I absolutely need to save it as shield. They've got an Azu in the back. Grimer is about to go on a tear up. This is set up absolutely beautiful for the Grimer sweep. Sludge Bomb lands. It does do decent damage. I'm going to tank this move as a move from Azumarill will do more than Mandibuzz. I'm now going to look to shield this second one up because I know I can Poison Jab down, leave with a Sludge Bomb, and the Sludge Bomb is going to do huge damage to the Azu. We do farm down, we've got loads of energy, and the opponent doesn't even let us Sludge Bomb, and boo to you, Mr. Opponent. Moving on into the next battle. We pick up the Dream lead, Walrus into Altaria. You couldn't ask for better. They save switch into Metachan, who's on an Ice Punch, which does make this Sableye matchup a bit more troublesome. We farm up as much as possible and we fire off this Foul Play. The opponent shields it up, but unfortunately for them, I'm just going to match shields. This is not a matchup That you are flipping. We shield the Ice Punch. I'm looking to commit to the farm down, which we do. So the opponent did pretty much waste that shield. We've now got loads of energy. I'm going to fire off this Power Gem into the Dedenne, which will do huge damage as the Dedenne is really glassy. We've already got it down into the yellow. We come in with Grimer. These poison jabs have absolutely shredded it. The opponent throws a Play Rough. I'm unsure why you wouldn't throw a Discharge, but either way, I'm not complaining. This game is absolutely over. I'm going to shield up the Sky Attack. We are now at the back-to-back. So I'm going to farm up almost to 100 energy. This first one should take him out. I actually undercharge it. The opponent chooses the shield, which is a bit puzzling. This second one will take him out, and we're only a couple of Powder Snows short of the next move. And we actually Powder Snow down before they even get to a move. So GG's and thanks for playing. I didn't actually realise how low the Dedenne was, so it's probably why they were shielding the Altaria. So moving on to the next one, we see the mirror match. Once again, I'm not shielding anything. I'm going to go straight Earthquake. This opponent also goes straight Earthquake. It lands. It does big damage. Will the opponent respect our Earthquake? It lands. And now I'm just going to get off an Icicle Sphere, as I don't know if we'll win CMP. So I just want to do some chip damage. You can see it doesn't take miles. It is double resisted. But this opponent is getting super greedy. We now fire off another Icicle Sphere. The opponent shields. You're going to see that they make another misplay because Icicle Sphere doesn't take us out. We would be able to Powder Snow down. So the opponent's forced to dump all of their energy. So they've committed a shield and they've got 1 HP. We come in with Sableye. And the opponent decides that they've made too many misplays. They leave the match. So thanks for playing, I guess. Moving on into the next one, we lead Walrus into Altaria. I'm going to build up loads of energy, expecting the opponent to try and catch. They do not try and catch, so I fire off an Icicle Sphere. We draw a shield. I am going to shield this Sky Attack. In return, as I imagine they are double weak, staying in. They switch out into Azumarill. We come in with Grimer. I'm going to go straight for a Sludge Bomb. This should be just an Ice Beam. It's actually a Play Rough, so I must have missed a bubble somewhere. I'm going to overfarm as much as possible and go for this Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb should take him out from this range. The opponent chooses to shield. Will I let this go or will I commit my last shield? I'm actually going to let it go and choose to come in with Sableye. As they are 6 bubbles away from a Play Rough, can we farm down? Yes, we can. They come back out with Altaria. This foul play will obviously take out the Altaria. What do you have in the back? In the back is a Wigglytuff. I really want to get to a Power Gem, but it doesn't look like we are going to make it. So I'm going to chip him with this foul play, switch out into the Walrus, and then 1 Earthquake should be enough to take this game. So GG's and thanks for playing. I think there's nothing more satisfying than wrecking a Charmer with a triple Shadow team. In the next battle, we pick up a lead against Sableye. This is pretty good for Walrus as we are far spammier than the Sableye. We tank the foul play, no problems, and we get towards the back-to-back Icicle Spheres. If the opponent doesn't shield, I'm just going to go straight for the second one. We've got a little bit of residual energy. I imagine the opponent will just let this go, which they do. So Walrus does win the 0 shield. They have Talonflame. I should have made an immediate swap into my Sableye, but the opponent actually lets the Icicle Sphere go. So now we are going to come in with Sableye. I'm going to commit a shield here. I hope they go Brave Bird. They actually go for a Flame Charge. What is in the back? In the back is a Azumarill. So we're looking at a pretty alright spot here. This is definitely an Ice Beam this time. Surely I haven't miscounted again. It is just the Ice Beam. That does loads of damage. I'm going to bait with the Mud Bomb. Imagining the opponent is going to want to use some shields, but this opponent decides they don't want to use any shields. That's absolutely fine for me. I'm going to go fire off this second Mud Bomb. The opponent chooses not to shield again, so this looks like you are going to lose with 2 shields. The poison jabs get them really low, and the opponent realises they probably should have shielded something, and we take that game. Moving on into the next one, we see another Deoxys, so this is really problematic for the team. I am going to try and get it as low as possible. We fire off an Icicle Sphere, which the opponent lets go. They're at 8, so they're thrown immediately on the Thunderbolt, so I am going to shield it up, really hoping to draw a shield off this Deoxys. I count to 5. I fire the Icicle Sphere to CMP tie on the Psycho Boost. We do draw our shield, and we do CMP tie, so hopefully now we should be able to come in with Sableye and farm down. The opponent makes an immediate swap into Drapion. We really don't have a great response, so I'm going to tank 1 move. The crunch lands on us, does decent damage. I now switch into Grimer. Once again, this isn't a great matchup, but we can hit for super effective with the Mud Bomb, but Crunch does loads of damage. We fire off this Mud Bomb, I'm really hoping that it does KO, and they survive, and they actually get to another move. This is pretty dreadful for us. I'm going to shield this up, as I know the Deoxys is dry. We've got a move locked and loaded. Back up comes the Deoxys. I farm up as much as I dare, fire off this Mud Bomb. Mud Bomb does land what is in the back, and in the back is a Walrus. So once again, the Deoxys is proven to be a huge problem. They don't shield the Mud Bomb. We fire off this foul play. I hit 0 bubbles, as the opponent is just going to shield and take us out. So that once again is another loss. I think running this team, I think perhaps Sableye in the lead would be better, because then at least we have a Deoxys counter in the lead. You can see there we did go 4-1 in that set. We claim some rewards and we rank up to rank 10. We've got a few more battles, so getting straight into the next one, we'll lead our Walrus into Mew. Obviously Mews normally run Surf and Wild Charge, so I'm going to allow the opponent to throw first to debuff themselves if they don't bait. They do go straight Wild Charge. I farm up a bit more. I'm going to fire off his Icicle Sphere if the opponent shields, which they do not. We could have went straight for the next one. They've now come in with what looks to be a counter user. It's a Toxicroak, so we fire off the first Icicle Sphere. They do not shield. Second Icicle Sphere should definitely draw a shield, which it does. I'm just going to allow myself to get farmed down and come in with Sableye. Sableye can tank all these moves, no problem. Mud Bomb doesn't get stabbed and Sludge Bomb would be resisted. We managed to farm down. We tried to make a catch and we're unsuccessful, so I'm going to shield this move up. I'm going to fire off this foul play. This should also draw the shield. We're looking in a terrible spot because Grimer isn't going to survive. You can see I'm spamming out the Grimer once again. We're both using 2-turn moves. There's absolutely no reason why it wouldn't let me swap. And that is going to cost us, as we're not going to survive this move, or we might survive a 1 HP and a dream. But either way, Mud Bomb will take him out, and we're going to get countered down by the Toxicroak. So thank you, Niantic, for your great fix on the game. Hopefully, they do fix it in future. I'm not really that bothered, as this season is a bit of a gimme. But either way, both using 2-turn moves. They should have allowed me to swap. But moving on to the next one, we see a Shadow Articuno. The opponent is somewhat of a Spice Lord. They switch out into Sableye, and I'm choosing just to stay in, as we know that Walrus has a decent matchup against Sableye. The opponent just lets it go. Let's see what they come in with. They come back in with the Articuno, and Walrus is putting in loads of work. We land the Icicle Sphere. It does do almost 50% of the HP, and they snipe us with Toxicroak. So we can now come in with Sableye, and the opponent quits the match. So GG's and thanks for playing. In the next battle, we pick up a Nidoqueen lead. They come in with a Frostlass. So I did switch a bit late, but I know I can 2-shield and farm down. I'm going to throw a foul play in return to draw one of the opponent's shields. If I was the opponent, I'd just let this go, because you aren't going to win switch. They do shield it up. You can see they're super low, so I can shield this next one up. I am down shields, but I'm going to have a Sableye loaded, full of energy and quite healthy. We do commit to the farm down. Should that Nidoqueen return, they are going to be forced to start shielding these foul plays. First foul play will come through and will do big damage. You can see 2 will be enough to KO. They haven't even thrown a move yet. They are going to have to Earth Power or Stone Edge, just depending on what moveset they're running to take us out. The opponent is now throwing. Let's see if they go for a Poison Fang. It won't KO. They actually go Earth Power, which is the correct play. And in the back, they've got what I believe is another Scrafty. So we land the Icicle Sphere. I'm going to wait for the opponent to throw a pop, so we don't have to worry about a foul play. Onto our Grimer. I actually get to another Icicle Sphere. This is going to get him super low, and I will be able to Poison Jab him down. The Nidoqueen has hardly any HP. They're going to need to get to an Earth Power, which they're not able to, and Grimer is going to take this game. So GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the last battle of the video, we pick up a lead against Blastoise, another Pokemon that I am going to be running this season in Shadow form. They go straight for the Hydro Cannon, which doesn't do too much damage. We do resist it. I am going to go straight for an Earthquake. Let's see how much it does to Blastoise. It does near one shot. I can now go for an Icicle Sphere to take him out, even though it is resisted. The Blastoise is in the red, so we do win lead. They come in with a Sableye, so I am going to chip it down with this Icicle Sphere. And I'm going to make a switch now into my own Sableye. You can see we do sneak a Shadow Claw. I'm going to shield the first foul play, as we are quite glassy. They switch out now into a Skunk Tank. So I'm going to fire the Hail Mary Power Gem. Does the opponent shield? Yes, they do. So we're now in a bit of a tricky spot. I'm going to tank this Crunch, hoping we do survive, but we do not. So I'm now going to come in with Grimer. I am going to have to shield up this Crunch, as it probably would do far too much damage, as it is a Shadow. We do shield it up. The opponent is staying in, so we're going to fire off this Mud Bomb. Mud Bomb should draw the shield, as it would definitely take him out from this range. The opponent tries to make a catch onto the Sableye. They're unsuccessful. They now fire off a foul play, and it's all going to be about who wins CMP. So we come in with Grimer, we farm down, and Grimer wins CMP and wins the last battle of the video. So those were the battles featuring Shadow Grimer. I don't think the team I built around it was particularly good. I think these three Pokemon do have good coverage, but Deoxys lead was terrible. I think we faced 2 or 3 in this video, and we lost every single one. So I think in hindsight, if you want to run this line of 3, I'd perhaps lead Shadow Sableye or normal Sableye, depending on what you want to use. And then I'd use Walrus as the safe switch. As you can see, even against counter use, it does put up a hell of a fight. So that would be the team adjustment I would make if you want to use this line of 3. So as it is the season of Spice, post in the comment section down below any Shadow Pokemon you'd like to see. Even if I haven't got them made yet, I'll be more than happy to invest them and showcase them on the channel. So I'd just like to say thanks for all the support, thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.